So this behind me is what's called the bottomless pit. It's called that because one time a guy fell down here and he came back 2 years later with a Chinese wife.
Hello, I'm Carolee.
And I'm Charles.
We're an old married couple who enjoys traveling, cooking, and having adventures.
Together we enjoy all the wonderful things the world has to offer.
Join us as we discover the wonder about us. Chin chin.
So in 1898, James White was 16 years old, and he was out riding the range, rounding up cattle, and he saw smoke on the horizon. He thought it might be a volcano or a whirlwind or something like that, and it turns out that it was a cloud of millions of bats, and thereby he discovered what's now known as Carlsbad Caverns, named after the nearest city, Carlsbad, which is like 20 miles away. It was in those early days that he explored the cave with just like a ladder that he'd made out of wire and pieces of wood. He came down here with one of his buddies, and they just used a kerosene lantern. Soon he started collecting guano and selling it for fertilizer to the fruit orchards in California for $90 a ton.
Guano is still one of the most expensive fertilizers. Those that don't know, guano is bat poop.
Yeah, bat poop. So he had a bucket that he would lower into the cave to collect bat poop, and then he would use the same bucket to lower tourists into the cave and charge them for the experience. He would put them in the bucket with a kerosene lantern and lower them down so that they could see all the interesting formations. So we're going in today. We're going to check this place out.
This is awesome.
Yeah, it is. This is the culmination of our Southwest journey. We've been to Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, and all to get here for this trip, for this location. Oh, this is interesting. So this is a diorama of the cave. Oh wow, so there's the visitor center where we are now. And then that's where we're going. We're gonna walk in through there. Looks like you have to fall off that edge, and then you can come down here and then around and then all through here to the big room. This is our turnaround spot. All right.
You can actually feel the coldness.
Oh, cool.
That's really cool.
Here, we just checked in with the ranger. He's going to do an orientation, but there's a restroom available here right before you go in. It is probably your last chance before you go into the cave. Yeah, so this is the bat amphitheater. They say be here by 7 tonight to see the bats. We'll be back. And even though it's off season, they're going to do an informal talk, not part of the regular program, which doesn't start till Memorial Day.
So this is the entrance to the cave. I just love this place. It amazes me. So here the birds do go slightly in and coming out because the insects go in there because it's cooler. It's only supposed to get 90 here today, but it does get well over the hundreds here. And this is the prickly pear.
And this is the prickly pear cactus. All of these blooms, they're being pollinated by all of these insects, and the insects are the food for all of these birds and bats and things that live around here. And as they pollinate those flowers, the prickly pear will grow, and it's a sweet fruit, but if you pick one to eat it, which I have done, you're going to get stuck, and those stickers will stay in you for a long time, really hard to get out. So here's where we're headed compared to the Empire State Building, all the way down to the lunchroom.
You are required to wear closed-toed shoes to enter the cave.
And they recommend something with a good grip because these are pretty steep. I mean, he warned against people with knee problems coming down in here and getting stuck, which...
Hip problems.
Yeah.
So look at all the birds.
Look at all the birds.
Around.
Got a bee in my ear. All right. But there's plenty of places to rest. And we could stop and sit on any one of these walls.
These man-made walls.
Yeah, these man-made walls. We're not allowed to sit on any or touch any natural features. Oh, so these are cave swallows, according to this sign here.
And notice how they're coming in a circular motion. They're going counterclockwise. That's the same motion that the bats do. The bats fly counterclockwise also. See that, and the swallows are using these small openings. Sometimes you'll see them actually go in there.
So I'm constantly turning the camera on and off for a couple of reasons. First of all, this is the kind of footing we're having to deal with, and I really want to pay attention to my stride. But also, we were in Hong Kong a few years ago, and I was taking a picture, and when I looked at and reviewed my photos later, I got a picture of somebody else's camera in front of mine. And I'm concerned that I'm spending too much time looking through the screen and not enjoying things for myself. I want to share all this stuff with you guys, but and blocking other people's views as well. So as much as I want to share all of this magnificence, I want you to come and see it for yourself. And I want to enjoy it through my eyes and not the screen. So I'm gonna shut off again now. Okay, I watch my footing. Here's another phone. We've gone 0.2 of a mile since the last one. This one gives you your location. I think the other one gave your location too, but I don't remember that. But the location is the Devil's Den. Oh yeah. We're entering the Devil's Den. Wow. So this is how far we've come so far. We're still not there yet, but we've come down from the, what is that, 800 feet? We come down from the visitor center. Yeah. So there's the elevators going out. And so Ernie's grandpa was working in 46, excavating this out when he came down. Got some water fountains. Restrooms, which I do believe I'll be hitting. Look at the font on that elevator sign. You know that's an old sign. Oh, the snack bar's not open. Dang. So we've made it all the way down the natural cave entrance. We're now directly below the visitor center, 725 feet down. The lowest point we were at was 800 feet below, which is almost as high as the Empire State Building. At this point, we can take the elevator back up, or we're going to continue around the big room trail, which is pretty flat, but
it's about 90 minutes.
Yeah, it's about 90 minutes. We'll see lots of things as well. So this is going to be fun. Unfortunately, the snack bar is closed. It looks like it's under construction. There's a construction wall there. But, so yeah. You ready?
Yep.
All right, let's get going. We're heading into the big room. Just what Jim White named it when he first saw it. The big room. That name stuck. Apparently, it's really descriptive. Yeah. That's the lion's tail. Wow, look at that.
That looks just like the lion's tail, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then look at that freaking column. Holy cow. There's a situation where the stalactite and the stalagmite beneath it have grown together, and they just continue to get bigger and bigger. So this pool of water down here has been dripping down from the top for eons.
So the stalagmite and the stalactite, when they join together, are called a column at that point.
And then the formations that form around them, that continue to form around them after they've grown, it's called flowstone. And it just looks like the water is frozen in time.
It recently, probably 250 years ago, this became a column. So we all know what this looks like, but we're not allowed to say. But it's really a really incredible formation.
So on Jim White's second trip down in here, he came with a buddy of his for several days. They brought torches and handmade lanterns and ladders like this one down here. And they climbed around in here for days with nothing but the torchlight and kerosene lanterns to see, and that's how they discovered all of this. Just walking around, can you imagine? I mean, it's a lot of trouble just walking around on these paved paths, let alone stumbling around amongst all the formations. There's one of those monsters that big gate holds back. But they look like rock this time of day, but at night they come alive and they try to get out through that big gate up at the top.
Watch out.
Yeah. So this right here, this is one of the biggest monsters that they've got hidden in this cave.
See his rib cage?
Yeah, look at his big teeth.
They crossed just a second ago. They crossed at the exact same distance just a few seconds ago.
So we just left Carlsbad Caverns. I tried not to shoot too much of it because I want to encourage people to come and see it. It has got to be one of the absolute most incredible natural wonders I've ever seen. What do you think?
Well, I had seen it twice before, and I tried to describe it to Charles when we talked about what vacation we were going to do this year, and I couldn't describe it, and now he understands why I couldn't describe it.
It's literally indescribable, literally. Yeah, but we're going to come back tonight for the BAT program, and we're not allowed to bring cell phones or recording devices or anything. We can't bring anything electronic to the BAT flight, but we'll come back and let you know our reactions and how it was. So we're going to go and drive into town now. It's about 20 miles into town to get something to eat because we're ravenous. 11,000 steps today.
So the bat flight, Carlsbad Caverns is a stop point for migrating bats, primarily the ones that go in and out of Mexico. So they go down to Mexico for 6 months of the year, and then they come up here. And so at any given time, I think it's something like 10 million bats can be here.
I think I read that in recent years the numbers have dwindled to like 750,000.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we're just at the beginning of the season, so we'll find out tonight approximately how many bats are inhabiting this week.
It'll be definitely cool to see. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So we're going down to the bat flight. It says right there, no cameras, video cameras, cell phones, or electronic devices allowed during the bat flight. So I'm going to turn it off now. We'll come back and talk about it a little bit afterwards. So we just got back from the bat amphitheater. I thought it was really cool. I mean, we saw a few hundred bats. I was really, really surprised that you could hear them as well as you could. So I thought it was pretty special. I know you were disappointed because it wasn't the thousands boiling out.
That I saw last time I was here.
Yeah, and that would have been super cool too. But I think my whole visit to Carlsbad Caverns has been really inspiring. Like, I super enjoyed everything about being here. We've been here literally all day. So yeah, I think it was super awesome.
I'm Carolee.
I'm Charles.
Please subscribe.
And thank you for sharing
the Wonder About Us.